it a universal truth handed down since antiquity: a country with a coastline has a navy. Big or small, navies worldwide have the same basic mission: to project military might into neighboring waters and beyond. The peacetime role of navies has been more or less the same for thousands of years. Navies protect the homeland, keep shipping routes and lines of communication open, show the flag and deter adversaries. In wartime, a navy projects naval power in order to deny the enemy the ability to do the same. This is achieved by attacking enemy naval forces, conducting amphibious landings, and seizing control of strategic bodies of water and land masses. The role of navies worldwide has expanded in the past several decades to include new missions and challenges. Navies are now responsible for a nation's strategic nuclear deterrent, defense against ballistic missiles, space operations, humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. With that in mind, here are the 10 most powerful navies in the world. Taiwan. For the last 2 decades, the Republic of China Navy has made significant upgrades in naval equipment, mostly by purchasing ships from the U.S. Taiwan needs a powerful maritime force in order to defend itself from a possible blockade or aggression from China. The Republic of China Navy is composed of around 38,000 active personnel with over 100 ships on active duty. More specifically, the fleet consists of 4 destroyers, 20 frigates, 31 missile boats, 2 submarines, 12 patrol ships, 1 corvette, 9 minesweepers, 10 amphibious ships, 10 auxiliary ships. Italia. The Italian Navy was formed in 1946. The Italian Maritime Force was called the Royal Navy until the Kingdom of Italy was replaced by the Italian Republic after World War II. Composed of nearly 31,000 active personnel, the Italian Navy has all kinds of modern ships ready to be deployed anytime to protect the country from maritime threats. The fleet includes 2 aircraft carriers, 8 attack submarines, 3 amphibious assault ships, 4 destroyers, 13 frigates, 2 corvettes, 10 offshore patrol ships, 10 minehunters, and 4 coastal patrol boats. South Korea. With the threat of North Korea always on the horizon, South Korea definitely needs a powerful navy in order to protect itself against sea-based attacks from its neighbor. Several decades ago, South Korean Navy was little known. However, recently it was transformed from a coastal force into a capable ocean-going force. Currently it has 70,000 personnel. The South Korean Navy operates 16 submarines, 1 amphibious assault ship, 6 landing ships, 8 landing crafts, 12 destroyers, 13 frigates, 16 corvettes, 11 mine countermeasure ships, and 70 patrol ships. Additionally, the Republic of Korea Navy has approximately 70 aircrafts. India. The Indian Navy has around 67,000 personnel. It is a formidable force in South Asia. It is slowly but surely upgrading its equipment and transforming from coastal force to a real ocean-going force. However, it significantly loses in terms of size and capabilities to the Chinese Navy. Currently, the Indian Navy operates 1 aircraft carrier, 1 nuclear-powered attack submarine, 1 nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine, 14 conventionally powered submarines, 11 destroyers, 14 frigates, 1 amphibious warfare ship, 8 landing ships, 8 landing crafts, 24 corvettes, 4 minesweepers, 1 torpedo recovery ship, 10 offshore patrol ships, 19 patrol ships, 110 patrol boats, and various auxiliary and support ships. France. Formed in 1624, the French Navy is one of the oldest navy forces in the world. Nicknamed a Royale, the French Navy participated in both World Wars and was instrumental in establishing the French colonial empire. The French Navy is composed of about 36,000 active personnel and has over 200 aircrafts. The fleet includes 1 aircraft carrier, 4 ballistic missile submarines, 6 attack submarines, 3 amphibious warfare ships, 4 air defense destroyers, 8 anti-submarine destroyers, 5 general-purpose frigates, 6 surveillance frigates, 21 patrol ships, and 18 mine countermeasure ships. United Kingdom. United Kingdom is officially referred as the Royal Navy. From the mid-18th century, the Royal Navy was the world's most powerful navy. It was an unmatched power and played a key part in establishing the British Empire. It was surpassed by the United States Navy only during the World War II. Currently, the Royal Navy is focused on expeditionary operations and remains one of the world's foremost blue water navies. Though due to decreasing funding, it is being gradually reduced in size and warship number. Currently, the Royal Navy has around 33,000 personnel. The Royal Navy operates 1 aircraft carrier, 4 nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines, 6 nuclear-powered fleet submarines, 3 amphibious warfare ships, 6 destroyers, 13 frigates, 3 offshore patrol ships, 13 mine hunters, 18 fast patrol boats, 4 survey ships, and 1 icebreaker. Japan. Japan's Navy, officially referred as Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force (JMSDF), consists of 50,800 personnel, over 150 ships and nearly 346 aircraft. The Maritime Self-Defense Force is officially limited to defensive doctrine due to Japan's constitution. It operates technologically advanced warships and submarines. Also, the Japanese Navy is maintained in a high state of readiness and is extremely efficient. So even though Japan's Navy loses to Chinese Navy in terms of sheer warship number and tonnage, Japanese warships are typically more advanced and are packed with state-of-the-art weapons. However, the JMSDF does not have any nuclear weapons. The Japanese Navy operates 17 attack submarines, 26 destroyers, 10 frigates, 4 helicopter destroyers, 6 corvettes, 3 landing ships, 2 landing crafts, 25 mine countermeasure ships, 6 patrol ships, and 8 training ships. The auxiliary fleet is composed of 5 replenishment ships, 5 training support ships, and various other ships, including an icebreaker and an experiment ship. Chinese Navy is officially called the People's Liberation Army Navy. Until the late 1980s, it was largely a riverine and littoral force. Since the early 1990s, China began expanding its fleet and is currently building new warships and submarines at a rapid pace. The Chinese Navy has around 255,000 personnel. Currently, it is the second largest navy after the U.S. Navy in terms of tonnage. Furthermore, it has the largest number of major combatants. By 2019, Chinese Navy operated 2 aircraft carrier, 5 amphibious transport docks, 1 mobile landing platform, 32 landing ship tanks, 31 landing ship mediums, 8 SS and attack submarines, 55 SSK attack submarines, 5 ballistic missile submarines, 2 experimental submarines, 34 destroyers, 51 frigates, 42 corvettes, 109 missile boats, 94 submarine chasers, 17 gunboats, 29 mine countermeasure ships, 12 replenishment ships, and over 200 auxiliary ships. Russia. After the fall of the Soviet Union, Russian Navy inherited its fleet from the Soviet Navy. Since the early 1990s, with the end of the Cold War and constant funding problems, the Russian fleet has been significantly reduced in size. Most of its vessels are Cold War-era relics. During the last 2 decades, the Russian Navy faces constant problems maintaining its major combatants due to limited funding. Still, though, it remains an exceptionally formidable force with around 140,000 personnel, numerous warships and submarines. The Russian Navy operates 1 aircraft carrier, 1 battlecruiser, 3 cruisers, 13 destroyers, 8 frigates, 78 corvettes, 17 SS and attack submarines, 22 SSK attack submarines, 13 ballistic missile submarines, 7 cruise missile submarines, 3 special-purpose submarines, 19 landing ship tanks, 32 landing crafts, 14 special-purpose ships, 41 patrol boats, and 47 mine countermeasure ships. USA. The U.S. Navy is currently the most capable navy in the world. In the early 1990s, after the end of the Cold War, The U.S. Navy has shifted its focus from large-scale war scenario with the Soviet Union to regional conflicts. The U.S. fleet continues to shrink due to decreasing funding and lack of proper threat, however mainly at a cost of smaller ships, rather than major surface combatants and deadliest submarines. The U.S. fleet is being well maintained. New ships and weapons continue to emerge. The U.S. Navy has nearly 320,000 personnel. The U.S. Navy operates 11 large aircraft carriers, 9 amphibious assault ships, 2 amphibious command ships, 11 amphibious transport docks, 52 attack submarines, 14 ballistic missile submarines, 4 guided missile submarines, 1 classic frigate, 22 cruisers, 65 destroyers, 12 dock landing ships, 1 expeditionary mobile base, 10 littoral combat ships, 11 mine countermeasure ships, 13 patrol boats, and 2 submarine tenders.